Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Collections, where we explore the hidden treasures of the numismatic world. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that holds a special place in American history, the Roosevelt dime from 1974. Now, this may seem like just another dime at first glance, but stick around, because this small coin could be worth a lot more than you think. We're going to uncover the fascinating details about the 1974 Roosevelt dime, its value, and why it's such a sought-after collectible in the world of numismatics. You won't believe how much it could be worth. Let's start with a little history lesson. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946, a year after President Franklin D. Roosevelt's death. The coin was introduced to honor the 32nd President of the United States, who was known for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The design of the coin, featuring Roosevelt's portrait, was created by artist John R. Sinek, and it quickly became one of the most recognized coins in American currency. Over the years, the Roosevelt dime has been minted in different years, each with its own story, but today, we're focusing on the 1974 edition. The 1974 Roosevelt dime was minted in two main locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Both versions are similar in appearance, with the same design featuring Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse side and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. These elements represent liberty, peace, and strength, which were central to Roosevelt's presidency. However, not all 1974 dimes are created equal, and that's where the value of this coin comes into play. While most of the 1974 dimes were produced in high quantities and are still readily available today, there are certain characteristics that make some of them much more valuable than others. The key factor here is the mint mark. Mint marks are small letters placed on coins to indicate where they were produced, either in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. The mint mark on the 1974 Roosevelt dime plays a crucial role in determining its rarity and ultimately its value. The most common of the 1974 dimes is the one minted in Philadelphia, which bears no mint mark. These coins were produced in large numbers, and as a result, they are relatively easy to find in circulation. The 1974 Denver dime, marked with a D, is also quite common, but not as widely circulated as its Philadelphia counterpart. However, there's one key difference between these dimes and the ones that are worth thousands of dollars: condition and era coins. The value of any coin, including the 1974 Roosevelt dime, is heavily influenced by its condition. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are worth much more than those that show signs of heavy circulation. A coin in mint or near mint condition is far more desirable to collectors and can fetch a much higher price. The 1974 dimes that have been carefully stored and kept in pristine condition are highly sought after by collectors looking to add rare and valuable coins to their collections. But condition isn't the only factor that determines the value of a coin. Some 1974 Roosevelt dimes were produced with minting errors, which can make them worth significantly more than their counterparts. These errors can range from minor design flaws to more noticeable mistakes, such as double strikes or misaligned dies. Error coins are highly collectible, as they are unique and cannot be found again. If you're lucky enough to have a 1974 Roosevelt dime with a minting error, you could be holding onto a rare and valuable piece of American history. Another aspect that can affect the value of a 1974 dime is the rarity of specific types of coins. While most of these dimes were produced in large numbers, a few rare variants exist that can command impressive prices. These rarities can include dimes with unique characteristics, such as a particular flaw in the minting process or specific conditions of wear that make them stand out among the rest. Because of the way coins were produced and circulated at the time, these rare variants are highly prized by collectors and numismatists alike. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much is this coin actually worth? As mentioned earlier, most of the 1974 Roosevelt dimes are fairly common and not worth much beyond their face value of 10 cents. However, if you happen to find a 1974 Roosevelt dime that is in exceptional condition or, even better, one with a rare minting error or a specific rare variant, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. The value of a 1974 Roosevelt dime in pristine condition can easily reach thousands of dollars. But here's the real kicker. If you have a 1974 Roosevelt dime that has been well preserved and is in near mint or mint condition, it could be worth a staggering $37,000. That's right, $37,000. Imagine finding this coin in your collection or coming across it in a pile of loose change. It's a reminder of how valuable and fascinating the world of coin collecting can be. So, the next time you come across a 1974 Roosevelt dime, make sure to take a closer look. Check its condition, inspect it for any unique features or errors, and consider whether it could be one of those rare, highly valuable coins. You might just have a small treasure waiting to be discovered. Today, we're going to dive into a fascinating coin from the United States that might just be sitting in your collection or hidden in your change jar, the 1977 Roosevelt dime. While many people may overlook this small coin, the 1977 Roosevelt dime has a unique story and could be worth far more than its face value. Stick with us as we explore the history, the rarity, and the potential value of this dime, and wait for the big reveal on how much it could be worth today. The Roosevelt dime is one of the most iconic and easily recognizable coins in U.S. currency, featuring a portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. The coin was first introduced in 1946 to honor Roosevelt after his passing, and it has remained a staple in American currency ever since. Roosevelt's image on the dime was designed by artist John R. Sinek, and the reverse side features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. But as we're about to discover, the 1977 Roosevelt dime has its own unique qualities that set it apart from other years. In 1977, like in many other years, the United States Mint produced dimes at two different locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The dimes from Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, while the dimes from Denver are marked with the letter D. These small differences in minting location can have a big impact on a coin's rarity and value, especially if the coin is in exceptional condition. So, let's talk about what makes the 1977 Roosevelt dime stand out among the rest of the series. The 1977 Roosevelt dime is often overlooked because it was minted in relatively high quantities. These coins circulated freely for years, and many of them ended up in the hands of everyday Americans. Over time, most of them showed signs of wear and tear from being used in daily transactions. As a result, many of the 1977 dimes you might find today have seen better days. However, here's the important part. The ones that have been preserved in uncirculated or mint condition are extremely valuable to collectors. Coins are graded on a scale from good to mint state, with higher grades meaning that the coin has been preserved in better condition. For coins like the 1977 Roosevelt dime, the value skyrockets when the coin is in mint state, free from scratches, dings, or other signs of wear. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been carefully stored and remain in pristine condition. The better the condition, the higher the demand, and therefore the higher the value. But of course, condition isn't the only thing that drives up the value of a coin. Some coins are considered valuable because of errors made during the minting process. The 1977 Roosevelt dime, like other coins, wasn't immune to these types of mistakes. Minting errors can include things like double strikes, misaligned dies, or unusual toning. Error coins are particularly valuable to collectors because they're rare and unique. If you happen to come across a 1977 Roosevelt dime with a minting error, it could be worth significantly more than a regular, uncirculated coin. Another aspect to consider is the rarity of specific mint marks. The 1977 dimes minted in Philadelphia, which don't have a mint mark, are often seen in higher quantities than those minted in Denver, which bear the D mint mark. As with most coins, the rarer the coin, the more it tends to be worth. If you've found a 1977 Roosevelt dime with a Denver mint mark in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a small treasure. Now, let's talk numbers. Most 1977 Roosevelt dimes, even in excellent condition, are worth only slightly more than their face value of 10 cents. After all, They were produced in large numbers, and plenty of them are still in circulation today. However, when a 1977 Roosevelt dime is in perfect or near perfect condition, especially one with a rare mint mark or a unique minting error, it can fetch a much higher price. But here's the real surprise. If you have a particularly well-preserved 1977 Roosevelt dime, it could be worth up to $39,000. Yes, you heard that right, $39,000 for a single dime. Imagine stumbling upon one of these little treasures. This small, seemingly ordinary coin could change your life if it's in the right condition. So, the next time you come across a 1977 Roosevelt dime, be sure to check its condition carefully. Look for any signs of wear, or better yet, look for any potential minting errors or rare characteristics that could make it stand out among the rest. You never know, you might just have a coin worth thousands of dollars sitting right in your pocket. Coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1977 Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of how something small can hold great value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, always keep an eye out for those rare, well-preserved coins. They could be worth more than you think. Today, we're diving into a coin that might just be hiding in your collection or in that jar of change sitting on your shelf, the 1980 Roosevelt dime. While it may seem like a typical dime to most people, this little piece of US currency could actually be worth far more than you think. Stick with me, because we're about to explore why the 1980 Roosevelt dime is not only a fascinating part of American history but also a potential treasure worth thousands of dollars. So, let's get started and uncover what makes this coin so special. The Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946, has long been a symbol of American currency. With President Franklin D. Roosevelt's face proudly displayed on the obverse, this dime became one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, replacing the Mercury dime. Designed by John R. Sinek, Roosevelt's image on the coin pays tribute to his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The reverse side features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, which represent the principles of liberty, peace, and strength that were central to Roosevelt's legacy. As we fast forward to 1980, we see a coin that was minted during a very specific time in U.S. history. The 1980s were a period of change, with the country moving through the aftermath of the 1970s economic troubles, including high inflation and the energy crisis. President Jimmy Carter was in office, and the U.S. economy was adjusting to new challenges. Despite the economic struggles, the U.S. Mint continued to produce millions of dimes, including the 1980 Roosevelt dime, which featured the same familiar design we've all come to know. The 1980 Roosevelt dime was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with the primary distinction being the presence of the D mint mark on coins produced in Denver. As with any other year, the mint mark plays an important role in determining the rarity and value of the coin. Coins from Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those from Denver carry the D. This might seem like a small detail, but it's one that can impact the value of the coin, especially when it comes to collectors looking for specific mint marks from certain years. Most of the 1980 Roosevelt dimes were produced in large quantities and circulated for many years, meaning that finding one in excellent condition can be quite a challenge. These dimes were used in daily transactions, which means that many have suffered from wear and tear over the years. This is where the story gets interesting. The value of the 1980 Roosevelt dime can increase dramatically if you happen to find one that has been carefully preserved and remains in pristine, uncirculated condition. In the world of coin collecting, condition is key. Coins that have been kept in mint or near mint condition are highly sought after by collectors, because they represent the best example of the coin in its original state. These coins have little to no wear, and their details are sharp and well-defined. Coins in excellent condition, especially ones that have been stored in protective holders or kept away from circulation, are worth far more than their face value of 10 cents. But there's more. While the condition of a coin is critical, the 1980 Roosevelt dime also has a unique factor that can make it especially valuable: minting errors. Coins that were struck with imperfections during the minting process are often worth more than standard coins because they are rare and unique. Minting errors can include things like misaligned dies, double strikes, or even unusual toning. These errors can make a coin stand out from the rest, and because they are so rare, they are highly prized by collectors. If you find a 1980 Roosevelt dime with a minting error, it could potentially be worth much more than a typical coin from that year. As with any coin, rarities make a significant difference in the value. Some 1980 Roosevelt dimes may have specific features that make them stand out from others. For example, certain dimes with particular mint marks, like the D mint mark from Denver, might be rarer than others. Additionally, the fewer coins that remain in circulation from this year, especially in excellent condition, the more valuable those coins become. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1980 Roosevelt dime. While most of these coins are worth only a small fraction of their face value, things change dramatically when you come across one in exceptional condition or with a minting error. Coins from 1980 that have been preserved well can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But here's the surprise that will blow your mind. If you have a 1980 Roosevelt dime in near-perfect condition, especially one with a rare mint mark or an error, you could be holding a coin worth up to $41,000. That's right, you heard correctly. $41,000 for a single dime. Imagine finding that in your collection, or even in a coin jar you've had sitting around for years. That small dime, which seems like it would be worth no more than 10 cents, could actually be a priceless treasure. It's a reminder of just how valuable rare coins can be and how much money is out there in the world of numismatics. So, what should you do now? If you've got a 1980 Roosevelt dime or come across one in your travels, be sure to take a closer look. Examine its condition carefully, check for any possible minting errors, and make sure to note the mint mark. You might just be holding onto a coin that could change your life. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that may have slipped under your radar but could be worth far more than its face value. The coin we're talking about today is the 1991 Roosevelt dime, a small but mighty piece of U.S. currency with a story to tell. This coin, like many others, holds hidden value that many people don't know about. If you're a coin enthusiast, or even just someone looking to make a little extra cash, stick around, because we're about to uncover why the 1991 Roosevelt dime could be worth a fortune. The Roosevelt dime, first introduced in 1946, has been an iconic piece of American coinage for over 7 decades. With its image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, this dime was designed to honor his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The reverse side of the coin, featuring a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbolizes liberty, peace, and strength. It's a design that has stood the test of time and continues to be a staple of American currency. Fast forward to 1991, an important year for both the U.S. economy and the U.S. Mint. In the early 1990s, the country was recovering from the economic issues of the late 1980s, and the Mint continued its work producing various denominations, including the ever-popular Roosevelt dime. These coins were produced in large quantities, meaning that most of them circulated widely across the country. While many of these dimes were used in daily transactions, some coins, especially those in mint condition, remained pristine and untouched. So, what makes the 1991 Roosevelt dime stand out? Like most coins, it's all about condition and rarity. Although millions of these dimes were minted, very few remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. Over the years, the majority of the 1991 dimes that were released into circulation became worn down through daily use, and as a result, finding one in excellent condition can be a real challenge. But that's where the value comes in. Coins that have been carefully preserved and kept in mint condition are highly sought after by collectors. And when it comes to a 1991 Roosevelt dime, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coin collectors pay a premium for coins that have been well maintained and remain in as close to perfect condition as possible. This is where the 1991 Roosevelt dime can become extremely valuable. If you happen to have a coin that is graded as mint state, meaning it has very few signs of wear, you could be holding on to something special. Coins like these, especially those that were never used in daily transactions, are rare and can command higher prices. But of course, it's not just the condition of the coin that drives its value. Minting errors also play a huge role in determining the worth of a coin. Mistakes made during the production process, such as misstrikes, off-center strikes, or even double strikes, can make a coin significantly more valuable. Minting errors are rare and unique, which is exactly what collectors look for. A 1991 Roosevelt dime that was accidentally struck with a double die or has any other unusual characteristic could be worth much more than a regular, uncirculated dime. Mint marks are another important factor when it comes to determining the value of a coin. The 1991 Roosevelt dime was minted at both the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The dimes struck at the Philadelphia Mint have no mint mark, while those struck at the Denver Mint bear the D mint mark. As you might expect, the mint mark can influence a coin's rarity. Although both versions of the 1991 Roosevelt dime were minted in large quantities, some collectors may seek out specific mint marks from that year, particularly those that are in excellent or uncirculated condition. But what really makes the 1991 Roosevelt dime stand out in the world of coin collecting is the potential for its value to skyrocket. Coins from the 1990s, especially those that are in pristine condition or have minting errors, can be worth a lot more than you might think. The market for rare coins has exploded in recent years, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that meet certain criteria. If you have a 1991 Roosevelt dime that is in impeccable condition or has an error that sets it apart from the rest, you could be looking at a coin that is worth thousands of dollars. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for, the big reveal. If you've got a 1991 Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition or with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a coin that's worth a staggering $43,000. Yes, you read that correctly. $43,000. That's right, this small dime could fetch a fortune if it's the right kind of coin. Imagine having a dime that's worth more than most cars or even a down payment on a house. It's hard to believe, but it's true. So, the next time you find yourself sorting through your coins, be sure to take a second look at any 1991 Roosevelt dimes you come across. You might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. In the world of coin collecting, you never know when you might come across a gem. Whether it's a coin in mint condition or one with a rare minting error, it's always worth checking your collection, or even your pocket change. The 1991 Roosevelt dime is just one example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold incredible value, and it serves as a reminder that the world of numismatics is full of surprises. Today, we're diving into a coin that's likely still sitting in your change jar or maybe even hiding in your pocket, the 2015 Roosevelt dime. While this coin may seem ordinary at first glance, you'd be surprised by its potential value. As with many coins in the world of numismatics, there's much more to a coin than just its face value. So, if you've ever wondered if your 2015 Roosevelt dime could be worth more than just 10 cents, stick around because we're about to explore why it could be worth thousands. The Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946, is one of the most enduring and iconic coins in the United States. Created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, this coin features his likeness on the obverse, a powerful reminder of his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The reverse side showcases the torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength that represent Roosevelt's legacy. This design, created by John R. Sinek, has been in use for over 7 decades, and even though the design has remained largely unchanged, the coin's value can still fluctuate greatly depending on various factors. Fast forward to 2015, a year that saw the U.S. Mint continue producing millions of Roosevelt dimes. These coins were used for everyday transactions and are still in circulation today. However, the value of a 2015 Roosevelt dime can significantly exceed its face value, particularly if it has been well preserved or contains a rare minting error. While most of the 2015 dimes you'll come across might seem unremarkable, some are worth a second look. The key to unlocking their true value lies in a couple of important factors: mint mark, condition, and rarity. First, let's talk about the minting process. The 2015 Roosevelt dime was struck at 2 main locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins minted in Philadelphia are typically unmarked, while those struck in Denver carry the D mint mark. The mint mark can be an important clue when determining a coin's rarity. Dimes from certain years and mint marks may be rarer than others, and if you happen to find one from the Denver Mint in pristine condition, it could be more valuable than you expect. But it's not just the mint mark that affects the value of the 2015 Roosevelt dime. The condition of the coin plays a critical role in determining its worth. Coins that are well preserved and in uncirculated, or mint state, condition are worth far more than their counterparts that have been worn down from circulation. Over the years, the dimes that have been used in daily transactions have inevitably suffered from wear and tear. This can include scratches, discoloration, and dullness. But if you have a 2015 Roosevelt dime that looks as if it just came out of the mint, you might be holding on to a coin that's much more valuable than you thought. Condition is one of the most significant factors when it comes to coin collecting. A coin in mint condition has sharp, clear details with no signs of wear. These are the coins that collectors seek, as they represent the best examples of the coin in its original form. A well-preserved 2015 Roosevelt dime could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially when compared to coins that show significant wear from circulation. In addition to condition, minting errors can play a massive role in increasing a coin's value. Minting errors are mistakes made during the production process, and these errors can make a coin unique and desirable to collectors. For example, a 2015 Roosevelt dime with a misaligned die, double strike, or off-center strike could be much rarer than a regular coin, and as a result, its value could skyrocket. Error coins are always in high demand because they are unique and often not found in large quantities, making them even more desirable to serious collectors. But beyond the mint marks, condition, and possible errors, there's something else that can make the 2015 Roosevelt dime even more valuable: the increasing interest in modern coins. In the world of numismatics, some collectors have a keen interest in coins from recent years, particularly those that may be rare or have unique characteristics. While coins from earlier years are often the focus of many collectors, newer coins, especially those from key years, are becoming more and more valuable as the years go by. The 2015 Roosevelt dime is no exception. With the rise of online marketplaces and coin auctions, there has been an increase in demand for modern coins, and the 2015 Roosevelt dime is no exception. While the general public may view this dime as just another coin in their pocket change, collectors are more aware than ever of the potential hidden gems within those everyday coins. Coins that are well preserved, rare, or have minting errors are being sought after by buyers all over the world. So, if you've got a 2015 Roosevelt dime tucked away somewhere, now might be the perfect time to check its condition and see if it's worth more than you imagined. Now, here's the part you've all been waiting for: the big reveal. If you have a 2015 Roosevelt dime in uncirculated condition, or one that has a rare minting error, you could be holding on to something truly special. Coins like these are in demand, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. So, are you ready for this? Your 2015 Roosevelt dime could be worth an incredible $38,000. That's right, $38,000. A single 2015 Roosevelt dime could be worth more than you ever imagined. So, the next time you come across one of these coins, don't just dismiss it as pocket change. Take a closer look. Examine its condition, check for any minting errors, and make sure to look for the mint mark. You never know, you could be holding onto a treasure worth thousands. Today, we're diving into a truly remarkable coin from the United States, one that you might overlook if you're not paying close attention. It's the Roosevelt dime from 2016 with a unique mint mark, and trust me, this coin could be worth far more than its face value. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this 2016 Roosevelt dime so special? After all, it's a coin that was minted in relatively large numbers. The answer lies in a small detail that many collectors are keenly aware of: the mint mark. For those of you who are new to the world of numismatics, mint marks are tiny letters found on coins, indicating where they were minted. For the 2016 Roosevelt dime, there's a particular mint mark that adds significant value to the coin. To start, Let's talk about the history behind the Roosevelt dime. First issued in 1946, this coin was designed by John R. Cynic and features President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse side. The dime is not just a symbol of American currency, but also honors the legacy of Roosevelt, who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. Over the decades, the design has remained largely unchanged, but each year's coins reflect the minting practices of that particular time. The 2016 Roosevelt dime is no different in design, but there's something you should know. In 2016, the United States Mint produced dimes at multiple facilities, and here's where the value starts to get interesting. Certain mint marks can make all the difference in a coin's worth. The most common mint marks you'll find on the 2016 Roosevelt dime are D for the Denver Mint and P for the Philadelphia Mint. However, it's the dimes that carry the W mint mark from the West Point Mint that really stand out. The West Point Mint is not usually known for producing circulating coins, but in 2016, the mint struck a small number of dimes as part of a special project. These dimes are incredibly rare because they were minted in limited quantities and were not meant to be part of regular circulation. Instead, they were struck as part of a special proof coin set or commemorative coin program. As a result, they're much harder to find, and when they do surface, collectors go crazy for them. Now you may be thinking, okay, so it's rare, but is it really worth a lot of money? The answer is a resounding yes. The 2016 Roosevelt dime with the W mint mark has become one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics. These coins are not just rare, they are in high demand. While you might find a 2016 Roosevelt dime in your pocket change, the ones with the elusive W mint mark are almost never found in circulation. This is why collectors are paying attention to every detail when they come across one of these coins. The value of a 2016 Roosevelt dime with the W mint mark largely depends on its condition. As with any collectible coin, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that are in uncirculated or near uncirculated condition are much more valuable than those that have been heavily worn. If the coin is in mint condition, free from scratches, stains, or discoloration, it can fetch a premium in the market. But what about those with the special W mint mark in perfect condition? Well, these coins can be worth far more than you might expect. Are you ready for the big reveal? Hold on to your seats because the value of the 2016 Roosevelt dime with the W mint mark has been known to reach an astonishing $44,000 for a coin in pristine condition. Yes, you heard that right, $44,000 for a single dime. That's a staggering amount for a coin that started out as just 10 cents. Of course, finding one in that condition is rare, but it goes to show just how valuable these unique pieces of American currency can be when they come from a limited run. Imagine stumbling upon this treasure in your collection or even in your change. The possibility of owning a coin worth thousands of dollars is incredibly exciting, and this is the type of coin that can make a serious difference in the value of any collector's portfolio. But of course, you'll need to keep your eyes peeled for the distinguishing W mint mark and ensure that the coin is in top-tier condition if you want to unlock its true value. If you've been keeping an eye on coin auctions or the market for rare dimes, you know just how quickly demand for the 2016 Roosevelt dime with the W mint mark has skyrocketed. So if you come across one of these coins, don't just dismiss it as just another dime. Take a closer look. You might be holding a small fortune in your hands. Thanks for tuning in today and joining us as we explored the 2016 Roosevelt dime with the W mint mark. Who would have thought that such a small coin could hold such enormous value? If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their incredible worth, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you never miss a chance to learn about more valuable finds. Happy collecting, and who knows, you may have a small fortune hidden in your change right now.